Well, welcome everyone today. You're listening to Waste World. I am Stefanie, Valentic, Editor-in-Chief of Waste 360, here with Gage Edwards on location in the Sunshine State. We're in Lakeland, Florida today.
Feeling the sunshine for sure this morning.
Yes, very, very special trip today. We're meeting up with Wastequip Works, and we're going to talk a little about fleet maintenance, parts and service, and get an overview of their new facility here. So welcome, Christian.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do here at Wastequip.
I'm Christian Bremer. I'm the Vice President of Sales for the parts division at Wastequip, and I'm overseeing the parts sales and distribution for our waste build division and Wastequip Works here in Lakeland.
But you're not from Lakeland.
I'm not. I'm from...
What gave it away, the accent or...
Well, I live in California, but originally from Germany, as you might hear.
Yes. But I mean, that's, Wastequip, you said you're from California here, and Wastequip has 15 locations. How many?
That's correct. So Waste Build and Wastequip Works have 15 distribution sites. Not all of them are service sites. Around 10 are service sites right now. And that's really what we are working towards, to have parts and service under one roof.
So let's rewind just a little bit. Can you tell me about the brief history of Wastequip and why this location, this specific one in Lakeland, is so important to the company?
So Wastequip Works was founded about 5 years ago when we started when we established our first Wastequip Works sites down in Pompano Beach, Florida, just 4 hours south of here. And throughout the years, over the last 5 years, we have been expanding the Wastequip Works concept and brand throughout the U.S. And the goal of that is really to bring parts and service under one roof and offer our customers best-in-class services and parts for local and regional needs.
So you're bringing parts service under one roof. How is this connected to Wastequip's larger strategy?
So when you look at Wastequip, we are an OEM manufacturer of a lot of products, starting with our Toter trash cans, our Wastequip compactors and containers, our Galbraith roll-off hoists, and our MRAP trucks, obviously, automated side loaders, front loaders, rear loaders, and parts and service is just an important part of the strategy. You need parts and service to offer good products into the market, and that's why we invest a lot into parts and service in Wastequip Works and Waste Build to really have a good availability and footprint throughout the U.S.
This is our first on-location podcast, right, Gage?
Normally when I come to Florida, it's for theme parks or football games. I find myself in Lakeland not knowing what to do. So I'm glad to be out somewhere new, though.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to be able to come to this new facility that, is just getting up, just getting running, and to hear about the importance of fleet maintenance, the importance of getting these trucks and having everything under one roof. So can you just, talk to us a little more about what exactly this, facility is about? How big is it? Can you give us a rundown before we walk through these doors?
Absolutely. So we are looking at about 50,000 square foot building here, which is divided 50-50 into parts and service. So about 25,000 square foot of the building back in the warehouse are for service, where we have 6 to 8 service bays, depends on how we bring in the trucks and how big the trucks are. And then we have about 25,000 square foot of pallet racking warehouse space, which totals about 60,000 square foot of storage for material if you go into the vertical. And typical size or typical SKU count for those warehouses up to 5,000 SKUs, which we can carry here, all makes and models, all brands. So Waste Build, as part of this work strategy, Wastequip work strategy, is we are the parts distribution company for Wastequip OEM brands, so Galbraith, Toter, MRAP. But on the other side, we are also the largest aftermarket parts company in the US. So we carry parts and replacement items for all makes and models in the industry. Just to name a few: Magnelius, Heil, New Way, Labrie. So we carry aftermarket parts for those brands. And really with the goal to have a one-stop shop for our customers. So our customer can come to us and get parts and service for the whole fleet. So we are brand agnostic, if you want to say it that way, and that's really what has been extremely successful.
As Steph, you mentioned, we are on location. The facility you just mentioned, audio listeners, there is a video component to this. We will be walking through and checking it out, so feel free to check out the YouTube video, Waste Expo YouTube. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm so excited too to walk through these doors. But before we do that, can you tell us a little bit more about, we're talking about being here in Lakeland, Florida. Can you talk about the community and the workforce of this city?
It's a great community. We really are glad and happy to be here. We found a great building, which is a brand new building, a brand new build out. Have just had good experience here building this out. This facility with the Ruthven's company, we can't mention the name here. They have been awesome in getting us in here, and the location for us, it's ideal. If you look at the Florida map, we are right in the middle between Tampa Bay and the Orlando metropolitan area, which gives us access to two of the largest metropolitan areas in Florida, outside of Miami, and that's why we picked this facility here. So it's an hour east, an hour west, and that's where our customers are. That's really our goal, to be close to our customers and service them.
So I guess what would it be? I have a truck. I need to bring it in for service. What's the process? What's the Wastequip process, customer service, start to finish?
It really depends on what type of problem you're facing. So if it's a minor issue, you can just roll up and we'll fix it for you. If we can fix it, typically we can. If it's a major repair, we typically do a site evaluation. We go out, check the truck out, what needs done, see what parts are needed. If it's a major overhaul, do we need to bring the truck in, or can we possibly do it on site? For example, a cylinder repair is something we do on site with our mobile service trucks. Our techs come out, our service technicians, and we do it on site. If it's a floor repair, for example, for an ASL or front loader, we bring the truck in here. You will see later on we have all the capacities and capabilities here in the building to do that. And that's really how that works. And it's a lot of communication, making sure that we keep the customer informed down the line what we do here. And at the end of the day, it's a very straightforward process. And turn around.
I can't just jump off I-4 with my truck and show up here.
Oh yeah, I can.
I have a Ford Escort. Would that be all right?
No.
Just making sure. If I'm making the drive,
we might attempt it, but
I want to make the call.
Should just roll up with my Subaru.
Yeah.
So I guess, we're about to take the tour here. Do you have any, advice, anybody who's listening or watching, about the importance of fleet maintenance?
Well, if you really want to have a well-functioning fleet and you want to keep rolling, that's what we do. We always recommend to be preventative, get on top of the issues which might occur, and that's what we do. So we help our customers to keep the fleet rolling, either with our service or with parts. So replace your filters in time, replace cylinders in time before you have a truck down situation, which costs you way more money than getting on top of the challenges.
All right. Well, you ready to take this tour?
I guess so. We can go check it out.
All right.
Let's go.
Well, let's go. So what are these over here?
These are our Pioneer SATch kits, so the Pioneer tapping systems which go on roll-off hoists, or roll-off tracks, which we crate up and pack up in our Mount Sterling facility and ship to our works facilities, to our works locations, and from here it goes either to our customers, or in our case here we assemble it actually on a track, on a Galbraith hoist, and that's how it comes in a big box.
There's a lot of cylinders here. What kind of services?
It's actually packer cylinders for our MREP ASLs. So there's a lot of ASLs, so automated side loaders here in Florida, MREP side loaders. And to serve our customers, we keep quite a bit of stock here to have a lot of availability.
this is really going to be an economic boost for the area, but how many jobs does this create?
So right now we have about 12 people on the ground. With this size of facility, we're expecting to at some point reach 35 to 40 people here on the ground between part sales, warehousing employees, service techs, mobile service techs. So for this type of facility, we expect to have up to 40 people in it.
Wow, that's impressive.
It's a big facility, and yeah, a lot of jobs for the region.
That's awesome. So we're here on site at Lakeland, Florida with Wastequip, and in the spirit of parts and services, we have Kiel Harvey from Wastequip joining us today to talk a little bit more about compactor services. How are you doing today, Kiel?
Doing great.
Awesome.
It's like we came on location and Kiel still decides to call in. What's going on here? I came down to hot Florida. We're calling in. So I'm glad you're doing well. Thanks for joining us.
I've been traveling across the country the last few days, and I can vouch for the fact that it's been hot everywhere.
Yeah. Hot everywhere. It's even hot in Cleveland, where you're from, which is unheard of. Can't believe it. So anyway, let's dive in. What do we got going on, Steph?
Yeah. So the role of compactors in waste management. Why is maintenance so important? Why is it so critical?
Yeah, I mean, just like any piece of machinery that you would use, your car, anything you would use at home, equipment needs maintenance. It needs to be maintained to operate at its full functionality and for it to be able to last as long as you need it to. So when we talk about compactor maintenance, that's obviously our goal. Our goal is to first and foremost maintain equipment and keep it in good shape. And then when it does encounter issues, to repair it on the first call.
So what type of compactors does Wastequip RX have at the Lakeland facility here?
Yeah, so our service entity out of Wastequip Works in Lakeland is going to work on all makes and models of compactors. The technicians that we use for compactor service have had substantial experience in equipment repair and maintenance, and also additional training from the company on compactor repair, and that includes everything from repairing hydraulics, welding, electrical, and manufacturer specific equipment features that require additional maintenance. So they're really set up well to work on all makes and models of machines.
So what kind of capabilities does the facility have in terms of compactors?
Yeah, that facility is going to be kind of a full service facility capable of rebuilding used compactors and providing field service maintenance, repairs, preventative maintenance, all from that location within its service radius.
Feels like a one-stop shop.
Exactly.
Get everything here.
That's awesome. So what about, I'm just curious, what about customers that have older or legacy models of compactors that are no longer in production? Can Wastequip Works, can you service those here at the Lakeland facility?
Yeah, one of my favorite sayings is you can't spell customer without custom. And what essentially that means is every customer has unique needs. They all have, specialty machines that they bought 20 years ago, and it's been running the whole time, and they've never had an issue with it. And an issue comes up. And so old or new or, whoever made it, our technicians are going to have the capability and the tools on their vehicles to make those repairs in the field and also in the shop.
And so, today's a lot about customer service, having this one-stop shop. What are the customer impacts of having, the services right here at the compactor services here at the facility?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest, I guess the most pressing pain point we have with all of our service customers is proximity and responsiveness. So they may know a service provider that is too far away from their facility to help them out. They may not know anyone because compactors aren't their thing. Um, Lakeland is really set up very well to meet a need in a growing market. Florida, has been identified as a key market for us in that it is fast growing. It leads the nation in new construction permits. The population has been booming there for several years. All of the leading indicators are there to show that this is a great market for us to expand our service offering into, and also there's going to be need there with our customers, and we with service we want to be able to meet them right where they're at and service them where they have needs. So Florida is a very important market for our service division, and it's a big investment for Wastequip going into that market, but I think it's a very smart investment.
So when the trucks break down from all of the popcorn buckets not sold at Disney World, bring them on in here, get them serviced, back out on the road, clean up the next thing people don't want to buy, right?
I think, the unique thing with Wastequip, and, Wastequip is the only manufacturer of compactors that I know of that has in-house field service technicians for their compactors. That's a big investment for Wastequip as a whole, but it creates a really awesome dynamic because we have this kind of firsthand feedback loop we get from the field. The information we get from our service technicians in the field feeds back to our OEM business, our manufacturing business, and we're able to quickly identify potential improvements that need to be made and roll them right into the plant and the product improvement process. That's very unique among manufacturers. I've worked in compactors for a really long time, and I think Wastequip is leading the way with this offering of service. It's not really something anyone else is doing, especially in house. A lot of manufacturers will say like, well, we have a service department, but really it's something that's being contracted to a third-party service provider. These are our own people that work for us. They're factory trained. They have an investment behind them to help them learn and grow as technicians, but also to just ensure that we offer the highest level of service that's available in the market.
So it's almost like cutting out the third parties that would go off and maybe you're less hands off on, or you don't have hands on with. Instead, you're just keeping it in here and making sure the most efficient, best result can be.
Yeah. And part of that, I mean, we have our compactor dealer network, which is a group of companies separate from Wastequip that are excellent partners. And we've worked with them for years. And, they cover a huge portion of the country for us. But in areas where we don't have a dealer or we don't have a service partner, these in-house service locations offer, a great service to the customers that they wouldn't be able to get otherwise.
Exactly. I mean, just to be out here today to see the, services that are provided, the economic boost that is going to be provided to the area with the jobs that are created, and, the ability of, potential customers in this area to come have this service done and continue to drive business is just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And we go, Wastequip really goes the extra mile to make sure that our technicians are treated well. We invest a lot in training our teams. We are incredibly conscientious of safety. Amongst our team, we always say nothing we do here is worth getting hurt. So we, if you're in the Lakeland area and you're looking for a service role, we have a great culture. I know everyone says they have a great culture. We actually have a great culture. We have a good team and managers, I think, who really care about our staff and want to see them be successful and advance their careers. And so, and the Florida market growing like it is, there's lots of opportunity there.
Yeah, I think we definitely feel that here. Good culture, I feel like.
Exactly. And, baking that safety component into the culture is the way you want to go. It's not just a checklist of compliance. So it's great to hear that, too.
Mm-hmm. I was noticing the safety first throughout the warehouse. So I was like, it's good to know, because if you can avoid an accident, do it at all costs.
Yeah, if you walk into any of our service facilities, I think you'll walk away with a strong impression that safety it really is legitimately our top priority. We prioritize it, we invest in it, and it's part of our culture. So I'm glad that you guys said you saw that when you went into Lakeland.
Oh no, oh no, absolutely. We walked in right away, and there were safety glasses and vests ready for us. So
Yeah, a leading example for sure.
Exactly. Well, thank you again for joining us today. Do you have any final thoughts, takeaways, anything that you'd like to add about Compactor Services and Wastequip?
Yeah, I would just say, if you need compactor service really across the country, we're there to help. Our particular discussion right now is about the Florida location, but we have locations throughout the country where we offer compactor service and truck service. Our Houston location, our Phoenix, Arizona location, our Jurupa Valley, California location. There's more, but across the board, you can go on our website, call into our number, and you're going to get somebody that can help you out in the location you're in.
Well, that sounds awesome.
Well, thanks again. All right, and we're back from the tour. Wasn't that great, guys?
It was hot.
Oh, it was so hot in there. It's 90 degrees here today, and the sun is not going away anytime soon.
Wasn't sure you could get a sunburn through a facility, but I think I found a way.
So now that we're back, can you tell us a little bit more about the types of services that you're going to be providing here?
Absolutely. So what I mentioned earlier is we obviously have brand agnostic services, so not only our own equipment, but other equipment and OEMs we service. But beyond that, we also offer services for equipment which is not necessarily waste hauling equipment, talking about public works equipment like sweepers or dump trucks, things like that. We service all of that. So that's really following the one-stop shop approach, which we are following with Wastequip Works, and that's really what we're trying to do here.
You mentioned public works. Who are your types of customers? Who are you looking for?
So obviously our waste haulers, our private customers, and then cities, municipalities, county institutions, all of them.
Everyone needs service every once in a while, so whoever's got a need, Wastequip's here, it sounds like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good tagline. I don't know what you guys think. I think it's a pretty good one. Just say it.
Keep your business rolling.
Well,
Exactly.
Damn it, Steph. That was way better than what I said.
All right. So,
And on top of that, going back to the waste hauling equipment, Wastebolt has been offering an arms rebuild program for many years. Mm-hmm. So we refurbish side loader arms, ASL arms from cores, which makes it easy for our customers to keep the trucks running. Well, it's an easy swap. You get a refurbished arm, a rebuild arm with all new aftermarket components, and you can reduce your downtime for the trucks.
Is that actually common practice? Is refurbishment common in the industry, or is this something that is unique?
It is unique in certain aspects. Mm-hmm. So the scale we do it, so we do it on a professional scale. It's not like a mom and pop garage where we rebuild a little arm. Mm-hmm. It's a production style facilities we are using to do that, and high quality with warranty on the arms. That's really where we bring our benefits to the customers.
It makes it a lot easier than having to buy a new truck.
Right?
We still want that.
Well, we are so gracious that, brought us out here today to see everything, to get a tour and really get a feel of what's going on in the industry in terms of fleet maintenance. Can you just go a little more in depth about your services? I'm just really curious to see, what is the meat and bones of this?
Okay. So there are three big sections to services, what we offer here typically. It's preventative maintenance. Mm-hmm. So we go out and make sure that the trucks keep running, the fleet of our customer keep running. Grease services, so we make sure that everything has enough grease so it's not getting stuck with all the dirt we have out there. So preventative maintenance is one big aspect. CNG inspections we do. So we go out and inspect CNG systems for our customers. The second big part is classical repairs. So we repair, swap cylinders, replace items or parts on the truck which need repair. And then the big last part is big body repairs or big body refurbs, if you want to say. So floor jobs where we cut out the whole floor of the body and replace it, put new liners on the floor, new hoppers. So that's a big jobs which take a few weeks, but that's really the three categories of services we offer. And again, for all types of equipment, for the garbage trucks, for dump trucks, for sweepers, and compactors. But I think you will talk about compactors later on.
Yeah.
So that's really what Wastequip Works stands for, to offer services for all kinds of equipment, from the preventative maintenance, so being proactive, to the big repair jobs.
Cool. Well, I appreciate coming out here. It's nice to do a podcast from the places that we talk about all the time. So I think it was
I know, this was awesome. Yeah, this was so it's so great to get in person on these sites. So we very much appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It was awesome.
Well, thank you for having us.
Yeah.
I feel like I was saying the same thing.
Yeah, and also thanks to everybody else for listening or watching today. We hope you'll get a lot out of this. Fleet maintenance, being preventative, and making sure keep that business rolling.
Mm-hmm. If people want to find more about Wastequip information, what should they do? Where should they go?
Three main websites: wastequip.com, wastequipworks.com, and wastebuild.com if you need parts. Our e-commerce shop, awesome. 24/7 ordering parts.
Cool.
All right.
Cool.
Well, I
guess
guess
if people want to hear about more of our podcast.
Yeah, at waste360.com, and we're on every platform that you're probably using right now, from Spotify to YouTube.
Nice.
So,
awesome.
Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for watching and listening. This has been another episode of Waste World. Go ahead and check us out on waste360.com and on social. This is Stefanie Valentic, and that's Gage Edwards.
Bye.
Bye.